What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. The market is basically getting destroyed, but only certain stocks. So certain stocks, like I guess you could say Apple and Microsoft, are holding up pretty well, but other like growth companies are just getting absolutely destroyed. You could say Palantir, Corsair, DraftKings, just anything to do with like growth is just getting absolutely destroyed. And in this video, we're going to cover basically what's happening and the biggest opportunities right now. So we have a great video today. Make sure you guys stick around to the end. Let us know what stocks you are watching. And with that being said, Tom, let's get right into today's video.
Yeah, just like we've been saying for the past week, we've had a very up and down day. Once again, the SPY actually closed pretty low last night, and then this morning was actually rocketing to the upside pretty well, and then turned right back over. And then at the end of the day, we had a pretty explosive move to the downside as the U.S. confirms the nation's first case of the Omicron variant in California. This is actually a pretty crazy development. Of course, we've been hearing about this new variant coming out in other countries. Now we have the first development of it in the US. Obviously, the market did not digest this news very well, but it's just been such a crazy past few days with all this up and down movement. Like in pre-market today and then at market open, it was looking pretty decent as the SPY was heading up towards 464. But man, we hit that resistance and shot right back down. This news was definitely bad. We had Powell come out with some bad news yesterday as well. And in the end, it's just been a very crazy week so far. And I think that the sell-off might just be starting. You know, we can start to look at the SPY. It's starting to turn over pretty drastically, and I'm getting pretty worried for the market here.
And then talk about a fake out too, Tom. Like this morning, the market was up a decent amount and it was actually rallying for like an hour or so. And then just as the day went on, it was just more and more selling pressure. And then towards the end of the day, it just got brutal.
Yeah, it really did. That sell-off accelerated. And like you said, early on, we had some pretty good moves. We actually had some bigger stocks like AMD not doing particularly well, but Apple was really leading the way here to this morning, running up to 170, holding its ground just like it has been for the past few days. And then even they ended up closing red, down 0.32%. It's just been really crazy. And like you said, at the end of the day, that sell-off got really accelerated, and man, it's been such a crazy past few days. I know Powell played a big role yesterday with his testimony saying that they might taper bond purchasing sooner and that we're getting rid of the term transitory. I think that was a pretty bad statement for the market. And overall today, the SPY ended up breaking that support at 455. And whenever we broke it, that sell-off just really accelerated here. And it's really going to worry me for tomorrow. But I just want to say one thing is, don't be surprised if the market comes back up a little bit overnight, and then we might have another drop tomorrow at open, kind of like we've been seeing for the past few days.
Yeah, and I would say like the main like three reasons for this crazy sell-off, especially with growth stocks, is one, I guess you can say the new variant news, especially the first confirmed case in the US. Two, I would say kind of what Tom said with Powell's statements yesterday in regards to tapering sooner and then eliminating the word transitory. And then three, just basically fear of rising rates. And then just, I guess you could say, growth of fear, you can say. Like when things are going great, everyone's just buying in and stocks just keep exploding higher and higher and higher. And the same thing happens to the downside. Like fear is contagious, and we're just seeing like when it rains, it pours, you know? So with that being said, I think it's very hard to like trade like for like 1 to 2 day swings right now. I think the best way to go is, you know, quick in and out day trades and then just buying stocks for the long term. No one knows where the bottom is, but if you have a stock that you like, probably it's at a good level right now. There's a lot of stocks getting beaten down, so it's not a bad time to go shopping for a long-term play.
Yeah, definitely. And whenever I'm looking at the overall market here, like we see the SPY, we can go look at stuff like Nvidia and Intel even, or Nvidia and AMD. And whenever I'm looking at those stocks, they're just up so high on the daily charts that if these stocks start to pull back a little bit, I would not be surprised if the overall market started to fall. And I'm honestly, Mike, just waiting for the transition. I'm waiting for people to kind of transition out of some of these better performing stocks and maybe start to get into some of these growth stocks. Like it's about time we see DraftKings, maybe even Fastly, AI, different stocks like that start to get some big buyers coming in. And it was just a very unfortunate day for growth in general, even for the hype plays. We even had AMC, unfortunately, down 15%. And I will say AMC is a lot lower than they've been over the past few months. They actually just broke this $30 support, and it was a pretty bad sell off today for AMC. So not looking good. I know that lots of people have been hyping up AMC, and lots of people have been upset with AMC. But once again, this hype stock just continued to lead my watch list to the downside, down 15%. I have Fastly down 11%. It's just that these growth stocks are just getting hit so hard.
You know it. So with that being said, let's definitely shout out our member of the day really quickly, and that is Ant85. So huge shout out, Ant. Thanks for being a great member of the Stocked Up Discord, and thanks for all of your activity in the chat. We really appreciate you. And then Tom, let's cover these momentum plays for tomorrow. With the first one, we have Boeing to the downside.
Yeah, Boeing had a pretty bad sell off today. Go ahead and make them break down below 187.50.
All right, then with the next one, we have Enphase also to the downside.
Yeah, go ahead and make them break down below 234.50.
All right, and then with the last one, we have AMD also to the downside.
Yeah, this one was actually awesome today, Mike. Go ahead and make them fall below 148.75.
You know, we are watching these 3 plays for potential day trades to the downside tomorrow, only if they break below the levels Tom listed. And then regarding AMD, we definitely have to showcase this bot play from today. The bot has been on fire over the past week, and today was its best day in a while. So the hybrid bot called out AMD puts, the 155 strike puts, at $234 each. By the end of the day, they were worth 700. So this was a crazy explosion of a 199% rise, you can say. The bot's been doing very well, like especially over the past couple days. Yesterday's play popped for 66%, and then Monday's play popped for 33%. So if you trade options or anything to do with day trading, definitely try out the bot. The link will be the first link in the description and the comments down below. We have a coupon running. You can cancel it anytime. Daily options swing trades are included, as well as day trades and access to an amazing community. You can cancel it anytime, and we have a coupon running. So definitely check it out. It'll be that link, the first link in the description and the comments down below. But with that being said, let's get right into the comments from the previous video. With the first comment, we have Jason asking about HOOD. So Hood, Robinhood. This stock has also been getting destroyed. It is a growth stock. It's actually at $24 right now, which is its all-time low. Tom, what do you think about this one?
Unfortunately, they just keep, like you said, running down and making new all-time lows. It's just been a very unfortunate past few months for Robinhood. I thought that they might hold up at that support around $30 possibly, but they ended up breaking below that even. So it's been a really tough past few months for them. Their implied volatility is starting to get pretty high as well. So it's going to be hard to play the options here. So I don't know. It's good. It's getting pretty tough to play Robinhood. I think maybe it could be good if you would want to get shares for the long term, but just keep in mind they're going to be really crazy over the next couple of months, just like these other growth stocks.
I'll say this. If you ever wanted to own shares of Robinhood, now's the time to start averaging in because it's at a really low level. Basically, all growth stocks are just getting destroyed. And look, no one knows if this is going to be the bottom, right? Like maybe Robinhood falls to 18 or 15. No one knows, but there's a lot of fear with all growth stocks right now, so consider averaging in if you do like this company, and that goes for all growth companies right now. So definitely keep that in mind. And then we have Steven saying, or just asking about JMIA. So this is another growth stock that's also getting destroyed, and it basically is the same as Robinhood, and in the sense that if you ever wanted to own shares of this one or play to the upside, now's the time to probably average in. IV is mid-range, so it's not bad for shorting put options either.
Yeah, I don't think that would be bad either. And yeah, they just had a pretty bad break of support lately, just like we've seen with DraftKings and just like we've seen with just about every growth stock. So yeah, it's pretty much following the whole sector, and hopefully they can start to get back up. But I think that they will. They're like the Amazon of Africa. So in the end, they should be a pretty decent company, at least over the next few years.
Exactly. All right, and then we have Krishna asking about LU. So this stock has been exploding over the past couple of years, but it's definitely struggling in the short term. So for that reason, really the only thing I'm looking at this one is like maybe like a couple weeks swing on the puts.
Yeah, I think that could be a good way to go too. It looks like the IV might be a little bit high, but to be honest, it's not that high. We have some stocks up in the 100%. So it's not terrible. I think that the puts could end up playing out pretty well, Mike. And I'll be honest, it looks like a pretty good setup to the downside. It looks like a little bit of a head and shoulders, and it even just made a lower high recently.
You know it. So, with that being said, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you are watching for tomorrow?
I'm really going to be watching a lot of these growth stocks, of course, but some things that really caught my eye today were some of these plays like Facebook and just some of these bigger social media companies like Facebook, which is actually Meta now, is actually, like the metaverse stock. I had a pretty bad day, down 4.27%. It's almost back down to this $300 support. And I'm definitely going to be eyeing them up over the next few months, as well as different stocks like Snapchat, Twitter, and just all the social media stocks. I feel like they're all pretty low right now, and they're getting to some pretty big support levels. And, we've been talking about the growth stocks going down a lot, but man, these stocks have been taking a pretty big hit as well. So I'm definitely going to be eyeing them up. Twitter's been really interesting with their CEO stepping down and everything. So I'm definitely going to be eyeing these ones up for shares over the next 3 months as well.
You know it. So the market's going crazy right now. If you guys trade options, definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. The bot has been on fire. Today's play went from 234 all the way up to 700 in a couple hours. So it was pretty awesome. Definitely check out the links down below. If you have any questions, let us know and we'll probably cover them in tomorrow's video. But other than that, thanks for watching.